Hello and welcome to day 3 of our 12 days of chiropractic. Today we're going to talk about the third of the 3 types of stresses that we were talking about, and we're going to focus today on chemical stresses. In chiropractic we have 3 different types of stresses that impact the body. The easy way to remember it is the 3 T's, the traumas, thoughts, and toxins. Today we're going to talk about the toxins, or the different types of chemical stresses that we face in our lives, and especially now during the holiday season, because we're all surrounded by an environment where we're exposed to a lot of different things, and from the air we breathe to what we drink to what we eat and other things that we put in our body too. But we're going to talk about the chemical stresses today. And as we approach the holiday season, the big type of chemical stress that we face is food. We all overeat way too much, but it's the quality of food and the types of foods that we put into our body that really play an impact, because what you put into your body ultimately becomes your body. What you're able to absorb and digest becomes the fuel for your body to use. Well, it's important to have a proper nervous system so that you can deal with the different stresses that you put in your body, whether it's turning that food into something positive or dealing with the toxins or the stresses and getting rid of those. It's still important to look at what you're putting into your body, because that plays a tremendous role in your health. That's the fuel that your body has to live on. You're not going to put the wrong type of fuel in your car. You got to put the right type of fuel in your body too. So we're going to look at some of those chemical stresses, and as we're looking at the holidays and looking at the different food choices we make, the important kind of ground rule to remember is if it comes from nature, it's probably good for you. If it comes from a box, you're probably not going to want to put that in. A lot of us eat a lot of processed foods, and that's a big chemical stress, and we see that not only in our overall health and the weight problem in America, but we also see that with the impact it's making on the nervous system. The adjustments that chiropractors make and that we see in the office don't hold as long as they used to, because of the types of foods that we're putting in our body. We're eating a lot of processed, man-made foods, and those have preservatives and different toxins in them that have a big impact on our body. Just because it says fat-free doesn't mean it's good for you. Eat the fat, eat the real sugar. Don't eat the processed stuff, because that plays even a bigger role. It's just kind of a hidden fact. But eat more natural foods. Eat organic. Go to the Whole Food store down the street here and get the quality product that you're going to put in your body, because that's an important thing. And especially as we're hitting the holidays here, we're going to be eating more and more. You're going to see sugar all over the place. Just remember, portion control is really important, and the things that you put in your body now, you have to live with later. So we want to take a look at those stresses, because the stresses play a big role in your health, and it shapes the rest of your body. It impacts your nervous system, it impacts your immune system, it impacts your digestive system. So we want to really watch that, and it's important to get adjusted, so when you do put those stresses in your body, you're able to adapt to those the way that you're supposed to and the way that you're designed to, because there's a lot of good things out there, and I understand there's a lot of really good tasting things out there, but you really have to look at your health too, because your health is the most important thing. And when we're looking at those chemical stresses, remember your family too. What your kids are putting in their bodies are going to impact them as they grow up and they develop through the years and as they become adults. So don't do things you're going to regret in the future. So it's important to remember all 3 of the different stresses. Remember the physical stresses, remember the emotional or mental stresses, remember the chemical stresses too, because all those things play a role. When we're looking at the stresses that we put in your body, think of it like a power strip. I know one stress isn't enough that's gonna to ruin your health or make you healthy, but it's like taking a power strip, and each one of these stresses is plugging one more thing in. Don't get to the point where you overload. Make sure your body can adapt to those stresses and limit them, so that those adjustments can hold, so that your body does have a chance to be healthy and isn't fighting an uphill battle all the time. Thanks, and we will see you tomorrow.